adventurers, welcome to the Fighting Fantasy playlist. My name is Adam, and in today's episode we're talking all about The Gates of Death. The Gates of Death was written by Charles Higson in 2018 on April the 5th, published by Scholastic Books. The front cover illustration was done by Robert M. Ball, and all the internal illustrations were done by Vlado Krizan. The illustrations in the inside are very okay. They're very detailed, and much like the Scholastic releases, they are all done on the computer and in that style, very sort of Pixar-y, sort of kiddish, much different from the Puffin releases that we had. But what's the story like? Well, let's dive into the back of it and find out. It says here, are you brave enough to face the all-powerful Queen of Chaos, growing ever more monstrous behind the Gates of Death? A terrible plague has devastated Lancia, striking its people down with a sickness that turns them into hideous, demonic monsters. You must travel to the Invisible City with a smoke oil antidote. But the way is full of peril and predators at every turn. You can trust no one, for the demon curse may already be upon them. Now, the story itself is set in Port Blacksand, and it reintroduces Lord Azur and a lot of memorable characters, and it is really fun to read. One thing I did find with the book, though, is that there are a lot of errors contained within this book. One error, quite notable, in the fact that you don't actually need these smoke oil antidotes in order to kill or finish the book, as it were, kill the bad person at the end, you know, the priestess. Out of all the books for Puffin and Scholastic, Scholastic seems to have this high level of errors within their books, within their original releases anyway. Gates of Death, Port of Peril, there's a lot of errors built within them. So that's just one thing I noted, and that the book itself is quite thick. There's over 400 entries in this book, and just like all the other Scholastic releases, the adventure sheets is at the back, very different from the Puffin releases, unlike the map, which is at the front, which to me I think was actually taken from a previous adventure, probably one of the Sorcery series or one of the Puffin releases before. And of course there are the sort of rules on how to create your character at the back, as well as a very extensive weapons list. There's many weapons that you can actually pick up in the book, and each one will do different damage, and many of them have great benefits throughout the story. A couple of them you don't really need, or you wouldn't even use, but there are moments in the story as well, another error, where you know, you can actually get an item of a weapon, but you've lost all your items of weapons. Like I think you're asked if you're wearing a magic pair of boots, but actually you had all your stuff stolen off you anyway, so you wouldn't have had the boots. There's stuff like that. But it's a great read. But I want to know your thoughts on the book. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you complete this book? Is it one of your favorite? Sadly, we're all out of first look books. We've had a look at the entire run of the Fighting Fantasy books. We are just waiting for Assassins of Alancia, which is due to come out at the beginning of September, may even be the end of August. But when it does come out, I will get it, and I will do a first look here on this channel. So subscribe to my channel to get all the videos on Fighting Fantasy, because next year we're going to take each book in turn and we're going to fully review it. There'll be a special episode per book, so there's over 70 videos to come. That's next year. Make the bell ring to get notified when we go live. And next week, Sunday, on the 18th at 2 p.m. UK time, we will be going live with the first book of the Sorcery series. We'll be reading that live, we'll be creating our character, and we will also have the choice of using the spell book as well. So join me then, because you'll get to decide what we do, who we fight, and how the story pans out. We will create a character together, and we will use that same character in each and every one of the adventures. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be awesome. Next week, next Sunday at 2 p.m. In fact, there is a link in the description box below to a Facebook event that's been created, and that's where the link to the live video will be dropped on the 18th. So go check that out. And I'd say thanks for watching, adventurers. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.